Hello, FlossTube. Happy April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day to you. I hope no one's made a fool of you. I have the privilege today of selecting the winner for our celebration giveaway for 200 subscribers. So we'll be doing that today. I also am going to ask for your help today. I'm going to a Stitchers retreat in May 6th and 7th. It's in Sevierville, Tennessee. And if you're interested in going on a Stitchers retreat, it's just a couple of days. It's very affordable. And it's advertised on Stitchers Escapes. And it's called Sweet Retreat. It's in Sevierville, Tennessee. Please go. There's room for 25 people, and I don't think it's full yet. It wasn't last time I checked, but we're going to do a couple of things there. We're having a mystery gift exchange, which I'm having a great deal of fun putting together, and we're also going to have a scissor fob exchange, and I want your help today picking one of the 6 fobs that I made recently, and I'm going to use one of them as the scissor fob for my gift exchange, and I want you to vote on which one you think would be the best one for me to take with me. I don't know the people yet. I don't know their likes and dislikes, and so I figured the most votes I get on one of these would probably please the most people. So that way you can help me pick which one I'm going to use as my giveaway. So let's get started. I only have 2 WIPs to share with you today because I've already shared the Smoky Mountain Christmas on my last video. I had just finished it in my rotation, and it happened to be my messiest back that I used for the Adele's For Reals tag. So while I had it out, I went ahead and showed you my progress on that, and I had it come back in my rotation until Monday. So I haven't any new stitches in it to share with you. But the 2 pieces that I have been working on, I will share with you today. So the first one we'll talk about will be the wedding. This is what it's going to look like, hopefully, when I'm done. And you'll recognize that if you've watched any of my other videos. And I have a picture in that I'm going to insert because I think it gives you the whole view in a small space rather than me trying to get this up and move it around and all that. So I'll insert that now. Okay, I want to tell you a little bit about this one. I had positive and negative progress on this one. I used this WIP as my second sal on the Cross Stitch and Discuss group. We had one of those week pushes, and so I pushed and worked on this one for a week, and when I stopped, I finished working my way across, and I had gotten to here. The hand was the last thing I did at the end of that week, and I posted that online. When I picked it up the next day to work on it, the hand looked funny. It was thick looking. It took me a minute to figure out what I had done. I'm doing the skin 1/1, and in that little hand, I had accidentally done the skin 2/1. I had to frog it. Oh, it hurt. I had to frog the hand. I had to do it over. And then I was able to carry on. In that next week, I got the Flower Girl finished. So she's done except for the white. There's a little bit of white in her collar and in her belt sash, I guess. And then she'll be done. Then I was able to start working my way up here with the metallics, and I'm headed up this WIP to get to the writing. This is all I have left with these little flowers before I start all the white. But look at all that white. There's more white probably in there than anything I've already done. So let's talk about time, shall we? This is for an anniversary in June, and I want to have it framed. So I believe that I'm going to have to move that up to 3 weeks of my 4-week rotation, or I won't be able to finish it. So I may have to change this to a focus on the finish and really push through, and it may be the only WIP you see next time. I hope not, but it might be. So my other WIP that I have been working on this week, and I still could work on it for about 2 more days, or I may just get back on the wedding because I'm getting worried about having enough time to finish it. But this is the Apple Harvest, and it's from the For the Love of Cross Stitch, and it's the September 1996 issue. Remember, it's a very old issue. But while I have the magazine out, I wanted to mention this. Some of you may have seen these, but these are little magazine holders. They slide right onto your magazine, right up to the spine. Have a little slit there for your magazine to fit in. And they have the 3 holes in it for a 3-ring binder. So all of my magazines are stored in 3-ring binders. Spring, summer, fall, winter. Got them that way. I may not have full sets of every one. It's just the ones I've kept over the years because there's a picture in there that I want to do. So that's how I keep them. Here is my progress on Apple Harvest. When I first started, this is the page break here, and I had this part and a little 1 or 2 stitches over here done, I think, when I had it as my start. So this is how much I've been able to do in the week that I have worked on it. So it's going very quickly. I'm very pleased with it, and I love all those colors. I hope you, oh yeah, I think you can see them pretty well. I'm going to count before this is over how many of the symbols are blended threads, because I know for a fact at least 4 of those symbols are blended threads because I've already used them. Anyway, those are the 2 WIPs that I have, and I feel comfortable with that progress. So now I want to tell you about something else. I have received 2 wonderful gifts in the last week. One is stitchy related, and one isn't stitching, but it is crafting. I am excited to tell you that my package came in from Kate, the cowgirl, Paints Aplenty, and I want to thank you so much for sharing this, and the story that goes with it is so touching. But this is Sleeping Beauty, and Kate has included the fabric in here, and it is a 28 count Joblin, and it's called Stormy Skies, and even the floss to go with it. The only thing missing are the beads, and I may even have some of those, I don't know, but I will be finishing kitting this up and hopefully be ready to start it. And I can talk to Kate and see maybe if we could start a stitch along sometime this year. But I'm just thrilled, and I appreciate your sweet card. And the wrapping on this was beautiful. Kate, thank you. Thank you for sharing with me about it, and thank you for how sweetly you packaged that. It was beautiful. The second gift I want to tell you about is a little different. I have a friend who has cross-stitched before, but she quilts beautifully and quilts quite a bit. And another thing that she does is watercolor painting. About a year or 2 ago, I think, it's been a while now, she painted a watercolor of 3 very sassy ladies that hangs in my sewing room, and it was to represent me, her, and another friend. We did a lot together, and since then she and her husband have moved, and we miss her terribly. So I got a present just out of the blue. It was another watercolor. It was of 2 little girls having a tea party and sharing a secret, and of course it's to represent my friend and I, and she's given me permission to share it with you. And I just wanted to say thank you, Sandy. It means the world to me that you shared your talent with me that way. And I've already hung it in my sewing room with the other picture. I have one on one wall and one on another. So whichever way I'm sitting, I can see your gift. And I thank you so much. It's beautiful. And I'm going to insert a picture of it, of Sandy's watercolor. precious. I just had to share that with you because I thought it was so lovely. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is insert a picture here of what I hope will be a new start. I have a dear, dear friend I've talked about before who has adopted me as her sister. And after a few years of that relationship as sisters, her mom decided that if I was her sister, that meant that she was my mom. And she has asked if I would like for her to step into that role since my mom is deceased and let me know I have a mom in this world who would love to be there for me should I need somebody. And it just means the world to me. So my earthly mom collects clowns, and I have been scouring cross-stitch patterns everywhere trying to find the perfect clown. She likes old school clowns. She went to clown school. She used her clown costuming to help provide education in the healthcare arena for many years. And she has a beautiful collection of clowns, and they're all lovely and they're all bright and beautiful. And I've been looking for just the right one to cross stitch for her. So I found a needlepoint pattern at Hobby Lobby this past week, and I snatched it up. I love the face, and I'm going to insert a picture of it. There is no picture of the thing completed, even the little picture on the card, which is what I'm going to share with you on the photograph, and I won't leave it up for very long. But that's the only picture I have. It's on the advertisement of the pattern, so it's the only one I have to share with you. I won't leave it too long so you can't copy it, hopefully. But I picked it up at Hobby Lobby if you're interested, and I'm going to be working on that for her Christmas present. She doesn't watch my videos, so I'm sure my sister Stephanie won't tell her. But I just wanted to insert this to share with you that this will be part of what I hopefully can get started on either in April or May, depending on how the wedding goes. Okay. Now let's go right into, since I talked about picking that up this week, the rest of my small haul that I got. I had gone on eBay and I had gotten a lavender and lace pattern on eBay at a really good price. I was really tickled about that. And the name of this pattern is Winter Rose, and I'll show you the picture here. I have seen people doing this on FlossTube and was enabled. I had to go get it, and when I found it on the eBay, I was delighted. So thank you, eBay sellers, for sharing your stash. Okay, the other thing I purchased was an order from 123 Stitch, and it was just the rest of the beads I needed for my Firefly Fairies, which is going to be my magical picture I work on for the magical salve that begins May 1st. And I also needed a piece of fabric, and I ordered that. It's a Lugana. It's a 28 count ivory, and I just needed it for a picture that I'm going to be doing as a gift for a friend for Christmas. And I got the cross stitch pattern for that gift. So this is what's going on that ivory. So that hopefully will be a new start fairly soon, and I just wanted to share that with you as well. So now let's move into what I need your help with. I need your help picking the scissor fob. So I'm going to insert a picture of the 6 fobs that are up for voting. There's a letter underneath each one, A, B, C, D, E, or F. And I would really appreciate your help if you would go into the comments below and put which fob that you think I should take as my gift exchange. And I'll insert that now. Okay, so I'll take just a minute here and show them to you one by one. Again, this is A. It is peach colored. It has just little beads, but it's in a dual line there, and it has the little peach flower on the end. That's A. B is a beautiful little green color. It's almost a blue green, has a little flower on the end, and then it has small beads, and then it has the larger beads that are green, and then they have a little pink rose on them. That's B. This is the last of the spring summery colors. This one is more pink and blue, has a different style flower on the end. It has the same little blue beads, but if you'll notice the light blue larger beads, and they have that pink rose on them. That's C. Then I go into the jewel tones. Letter D is a purple, primarily purple fob, has the purple bead here at the bottom. And then I have created these little, almost like daisy stitches in embroidery, but they're in these beads that are purple and green and dark blue. And then at the very top, I just have a little bling, a little sparkly at the top there. That's D. Then I use that same colors. This is the green, dark green, and the bling is at the bottom here. And then I've got these little flowers, and they're made out of beads that are in the shape of little tiny flowers. It's hard for you to see that here, but each of the little beads is a little tiny flower. And the last one is a very simple fob. It has a teal blue ball at the bottom. It has a little bling that actually spins at the bottom. And then it has this row of purple and green and dark blue beads that sort of change color as you turn them or move them around. And so that is the letter F. So your vote on that would help me to be able to pick out which one of those I'm taking with me to the Stitchers retreat. Okay, now to what you've all been waiting for. I have already filmed this because I wasn't sure how it would work with me taking my phone, which is what I use for my camera, and then spinning it around and trying to record my iPad while I'm trying to talk to you at the same time. So right before I started this video, I just went ahead and put up the random number generator app and put in the range. We had 32 people that had expressed an interest in the giveaway for the celebration giveaway, and so we randomly generated the number, and I'll insert that clip right now. Okay, here's our random number generator. We had 32 people indicate that they were interested in this giveaway. So we're going to press the generate number. Apologize for my shakiness of my hands. 5 is the lucky winner. And 5 is Nancy Drake. Nancy, congratulations. You've won the celebration giveaway. And if you will private message me on Facebook, I'll put my Facebook information below, then we'll get your mailing address through that private message, and I'll send this package right out to you. Congratulations, Nancy, and thanks to everybody who participated by telling me that they were interested in the drawing. And thank you all for being subscribers. I appreciate it so very much. Okay, I'm so excited for you. Nancy, please do get in touch with me as soon as possible. I will put my information below so you can contact me. So again, happy April 1st to everyone. I hope you get a lot of stitching this week, and I hope that no one is making a fool of you today. So thank you for watching, and thank you again for subscribing. And it's been such a pleasure hearing some of your congratulations and comments. You're all so kind to me, and I thank you for it. Happy stitching.